Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 playing Alpha Sapphire. None of these and none of the Marts, which this is the first time we've had Marts back since like 5th gen. So yeah, we're not going in those. Not gonna go in those. I feel like I don't want to talk to people because I just know they're gonna give me free heals, which we do not want. So here is our dad, Norman, and there is some kid here who's gonna go do special training. He may mean super training. So we say hi. And hopefully in this video we might get 2 of our early party members. Alright, so we get some dialogue, and then Wally has his own leitmotif. How about that? It's pretty easy when you get 10 Pokeballs at the start of the game. A Pokeball. You get 1 shot, Wally. Wally, you are the worst rival in the history of the entire series. So, hopefully you get your own rival music in this game. That they do. And we do know from pre-release information that Wally will be getting a Galite in this game. I want a Ralts, but I can't have one. Not on this run. Not on this one run. Had it been a normal run, oh, I would have had a Ralts. No questions about it. For those of you who don't recall the origin of me naming everything after Mega Man characters, I'm pretty sure I went over that. Went over it several times. I went over it in the 4th gen retrospective. Suffice to say, it all started in this fight when I saw, oh, that thing's got a helmet, and I decided to start with Trico, and named it Base because I had just finished playing Mega Man and Base on the Game Boy Advance. And yeah, so there's a guy with a helmet. That's gotta be a Mega Man. So I had Mega Man and Base from starting on this route in 2003, and that's how everything got started. That's how we got to where we are today. Of course, in this playthrough, we are not going to be naming, at least not everything after Mega Man characters, since we're not obviously playing as Kooper. So there we go. To his credit, he actually does weaken the Ralts considerably before throwing the 1 Pokeball that Norman decided to give him. And actually, I'm going to fix that because I think that's bothering me. Power saving mode off. I'm pretty sure that is what is causing the issue with the screen. Seems to be occasionally going dim, so oh well. Anyway. Hopefully it doesn't start out with just Growl. That would be terrible. Okay. Alright, so now we have the play nav, and that's basically all the stuff from XY. Again, things we are not going to be using because they are exploitable. We still have the wireless switch turned off, so we don't... Anyway, I wouldn't be online anyway, but yeah. Alright, you guys know how this game works, I hope, if you've been following along in the series for this long. On top of that, this is a remake, so good stuff. There's other stuff in this town, but I don't believe we can get anything in here right now. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the next route and get a couple things. Okay, we have just an area transition to Route 104. Alright, so here we are on the beach. Okay, we want to try to avoid this guy. There's a new trainer down there. I'm pretty sure that trainer is not there in the original games. Hopefully somewhere around here. We have to wait till we get the item finder to find some of these things. There's actually another trainer right there. Okay, hopefully right here we can get a potion. Maybe. Okay, cool. It's in a slightly different place, I guess, but there's a potion. We are going to need that. Then again, we have 11 potions, so it's probably whatever. The other thing is a heart scale, I believe, which we don't need until later in the game. So we're just going to avoid these trainers that I don't know what they do. I don't... That's Mr. Briny. That's Pico, right? Is that Pico? That must be Pico. It's probably Mr. Briny. Mr. Briny's cottage. I'm going to try to avoid this guy. Get some berries up here. More stuff to clear poison, which is good. One thing I'm thinking about doing... berries. One thing I'm thinking about doing is catching a Wurmple for reasons. Which was not done in the original run. Okay, good, you have a trainer. We're gonna walk through the grass because we can run through fights, or we can run from wild fights. So no fights yet. And then here we are in Petalburg Woods. I want to check something on Wurmple, though, if my internet wants to cooperate with me. And that is that the two things we're going to be catching in this route are a Shroomish and a Talo. Now, in the original Sapphire, Shroomish only had one ability, which, of course, was Effect Spore. In this game, though, Poison Heal is a possible ability. And now, Poison Heal, I believe ever since 5th Gen, Poison does not hurt you outside of battle. Therefore, that's pretty amazing. If we ever incur a Poison status, we basically have status immunity for the entirety of the game, because we're never going to clear that, obviously. We're not using centers or anything. We're never going to clear that, and anytime I want to get Breloom back to full HP after a fight, I could just come back here to Petalburg Woods, encounter a Silcoon, and just basically switch back and forth between two things while it only hardens. And that's pretty much it. So, I believe we're going to need a level 5 Wurmple to learn Poison Sting. The reason I'm saying we want to try to get Poison Sting is because that'll be an easy way to tell whether or not the Shroomish has Poison Heal. Okay, this thing's level 4. I'm just going to go ahead and we do have some Pecha Berries. If it, oh yeah, it doesn't have Poison Sting yet. So that's actually perfect. We're going to go ahead and tackle this thing. I don't know if I should tackle it. I feel like it's might be too low. That might actually be too low. Maybe I should just chuck a ball at it to begin with. I mean, Wurmple has like a catch, yeah, it's got a max catch rate, so it's a decent chance to catch it even at max level, or max HP. See, at that much HP, it's probably not going to live much hits from Shroomish, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and finish this thing off, and I'll just throw a fresh ball. Also, if we can get one to straight up be level 5, that would be good. So, probably shouldn't have wasted that tackle there, but I guess we got some more experience on Pescado, so that works out just fine. Also, I suppose while we're in this group of woods, we could stand to go ahead and pick up some stuff, so that we don't, because wild fights are going to be needed in this, since we're trying to catch some things. And I'm really, I don't think that's actually a trainer. Let's see, there's probably something here. Alright, there's a hidden potion. And the next item I think is actually on this route. You just have to come down here. And I don't think that's a trainer that fights you. And there should be a 11th Pokeball. It's crazy that we start with 11. This is a Pokeball right here. And the next big thing we gotta do is catch some stuff. There is a bug catcher over there. I guess it'll be probably the first trainer we fight, besides the Forced Youngster and other bug catcher in the previous route before Petalburg. There's a Zigzagoon. We are probably going to get a Zigzagoon at some point, but I don't think I'm going to bother to get one right now. As mentioned in the last part, we are not going to be abusing pickup, so that's not something we need to go ahead and get this early in the game. So pretty much this part we're just going to be catching our starting party, which is going to be our main party for most of the game. And there's a Silcoon. Silcoons will be helpful once we actually get Poison Heal on Breloom and whatnot. I'm pretty sure that Shroomish also comes with Poison Heal. The hidden ability, I think, is different for Shroomish. You could probably actually, that's one of my favorite phrases. Okay, there's a Shroomish. We'll see what level it is. I believe we want a level 5. That's very tempting. Oh no, we need like a level 6 Shroomish. Yeah, we're looking. I think they can be level 6. So we're gonna. I want to try to get that Wurmple first anyway, because that's gonna be how we're gonna test. Not only is it gonna test Poison Heal, it's gonna go ahead and activate Poison Heal. So that will be amazing. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. I will be super effective against it, but once it starts getting Poison Healed, even though it'll be regenerating HP, obviously, having any sort of status on there will help increase the catch rate, so hopefully we can do that. And I'm just going to circle around this part right here. I obviously don't have the luxury of a speed up button, so that's going to be a minor problem. There will be parts in this run where I have to do some form of grinding, and as per tradition, we'll have those sped up with music and whatnot. But I'm going to try to avoid doing that this early anyway. There's another Shroomish. I guess we'll just get to check and see if they can be level 6. But yeah, I definitely want to activate Poison Heal with that Poison Sting. Because one of the things I'm definitely not sure of is in the original game you get Bullet Seed as soon as you exit Petalburg Woods. Bullet Seed has not been a TM since Gen 3, I think. So, or I guess it was one in Gen 4 too. Had to have been. Okay, this is actually already a level 5 Wurmple. It's a little bit dangerous because it does already carry Poison Sting. But I'm going to take the risk that it's not going to poison me. I'm going to hope that it just catches immediately on the first ball. Is what I'm going to hope. That will be fantastic. And if it does not, it's fine. Wants to string shot, that's perfectly okay. That's not going to affect us at all. And we're just going to hope that we can get this thing in a ball right away. I'm not too concerned. If we do get poisoned and damaged, thanks to these ridiculous amount of potions we've gotten here at the start of the game, I can definitely restore HP. And we also got a couple Pecha Berries, and we got our Wurmple. Cool. So Wurmple is actually my favorite of the starter bugs. Scatterbug, Caterpie, Weedle. Is there one more? I think there's one more. Might be one more. Oh, that's really cool. This is the first time seeing the Pokedex. Hey, look how long the Pokedex entries were in Ruby and Sapphire. Ruby and Sapphire had legitimately... Oh, wow, you guys are seeing some terrible brightness on that. My apologies. Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire had, by far, I think, the best Dex entries. There we go, that's a little bit better. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, it's pure bug type. Oh, you can rotate and zoom. It's pretty alright. Like it. Alright, cool. And anyway, since it is my favorite one, I am also going to name it after my favorite Digimon. I mean, come on guys, the trainer name is Rika, so of course we're going to have at least one Digimon nickname. It's not going to be all of them. And especially since it's also male, that is going to be Kunimon. And he actually comes with an item, which is cool, which is a Pecha Berry, so that's cool. I'm not... You know, wild items, I'm not going to worry about that, since obviously we have a limited number of Pokeballs. We can't really mine that. It's just pick up and I suppose Honey Gather, if Combee's in this game. But that's our Wurmple. It's we're probably not going to use it, but because of the experience share, eventually it will get leveled up. If nothing else, it's a fodder poke for us. And again, its main purpose is going to be getting Poison Heal activated on the... First off, confirming that it is a Poison Heal Shroomish. There's a Slockoth, that's relatively rare. First off, confirming it does have Poison Heal, and second off, getting it activated so we can have awesome 1/8 HP recovery every turn. That sounds extremely broken, and is probably going to be very helpful. Definitely going to be very helpful in completing this run. I just hope this run isn't made too much easier than the original one is. I do want to lead with this thing. Looks like level 5 is going to be... Really? Alright, so I might actually have to leave with Pescado so we can actually run away. Hopefully we get this run away. Okay, good. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and leave with Pescado, I think. If it takes too long, I might accept a level 6 Shroomish, but I would really prefer a level, or I might accept a level 5 Shroomish, but I would really prefer a level 6 if we could get one. Another thing too is my editing programs are being dumb on me right now, so I would like to not have to edit these videos for a while, but we'll see. Or as far as like actually editing the stuff as opposed to throwing it in and there's the video. But we'll see. There's a Cascoon and Silcoon, very difficult to tell apart sometimes. But their eyes are slightly different, and they have a slight difference in tint. It's pretty much the only difference between them. There's another Cascoon. Again, these things, we can just encounter them if we got Poison Heal up, and get Breloom back to max HP, which is going to be a huge boon. We can also use Leech Seed, which we can just cast on them and then switch out to somebody else and give them some HP back. Obviously, as we progress in the game, these things are going to have a set amount of HP, so we're only going to get back that much HP. And Breloom's not really going to need to take that Leech Seed recovery off such a fight himself, or herself. I'm not going to be too picky on gender for most of these guys. Obviously, Mudkip has a predominantly being male, but either gender is honestly fine with me. It is going to come into play to some extent with things such as Attract. I know there's Delcatties that we want to Mach Punch with Breloom at some point. Those are probably going to be female, so it would probably be advantageous to be female, but I'm not going to be too picky. Definitely the first level 6 we find, which is a level 5. I am going to poke around a little bit more, see if we can get a level 6 going on. There's of course a chance that Alpha Sapphire just said, no, the max level is now level 5. And you hear the Pokemon cries going in the background, which I think is actually a nice touch now that I think about it. I think that actually got added in Emerald. No, I think that was Lightning Rod or something that lets you hear the Pokemon cries more often. Just the random cries that would appear in the background. I guess that's sort of brought into this game by use of the Dex Nav, which is the thing that allows you to capture or at least allows you to see anyway. I'm pretty sure you can just run up to them and encounter them anyway. But the Dex Nav feature on the bottom screen, I think, is what lets you actually see if they have a hidden ability, if they have any egg moves, stuff like that. Again, it's a bottom screen feature, so that is something I'm not going to be using. I don't know that you would want to outright ban using the quote-unquote special wild Pokemon. It would definitely be very useful to have a Technician Breloom with Mach Punch, because that's going to be its primary attack for a while. Once we actually get Breloom, that is. There's another Slockoth. Need more Rumors, please. Tailo would also be pretty helpful. Yeah, we haven't had encountered a Tailo yet, actually, I think. So, well, we're gonna catch hopefully both in here. I believe this guy is. Oh, he's not forced. Okay, I'm actually gonna go ahead and try to creep past him. And I'm pretty sure this entire forest is the same encounter rates, but it doesn't matter exactly what position you are in. But we're going to continue on anyway. Yeah, if it takes two, yeah, I'm a little weirded out that we do not yet have visual confirmation of a Tailo. That seems kind of awkward to me. We can use the Pokédex actually, and I believe in XY. Here's the first time we're seeing the Pokédex, by the way. Here is Mudkip. It is indeed the Mudfish Pokemon, so I'm somewhat justified naming it Piscato. Let's see, I'm looking for the... Where's the feature? Oh yeah, I love this thing on the top screen too, with all the sprites. It's pretty great. I'm looking for the feature where you can search it by like area and see if there's anything you've missed in the area. Oh, that's cool. Maybe that's under a different feature that I'm forgetting exactly where that's found. But anyway, it was one of those secret things. There is the guy from Devon who is gonna give us a great ball, but we'll also have to do some fights before it. So this episode is really running long, or it's going to be running long unless we quickly find some stuff. And what? Not cool. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this as level 6 Zigzagoon, since we're already kind of invested in this fight. Gonna the tackle off, which is not good, but we will get to level 9, which hopefully will let us proceed to run from level 6 Zigzagoons. That's why I'm going to go ahead and take this thing out. And that growl did... What? Oh, that's right. Well, the first one was a crit. That's right. Okay. I was like, why did that not 2-hit KO? And then I remember the first one was a crit. So that's a lot of tackle PP wasted, but we're going to be getting some PP restoration coming up. So, and we also get Mud Slap, which is not too powerful, but so be it. Let's see, how much HP are we missing? We're missing 9 HP right now. Again, we do have those 11 potions kind of hanging around, so that's pretty alright. I believe as long as we're not using the tiptoe feature, we're not going to run into any of the special Pokemon, so I'm not too worried about that. And I really should probably speed this up and try to encounter a Shroomish, because it is taking a long time without having access to a speed up button, obviously. There's a Silcoon. Yeah, main goal for this part is we need to get a Poison Heal. Poison Heal Shroomish is what I'm going to be looking for. And at this point I'm probably just going to go ahead and start saying, and level 5, level 6. Because of the... Assuming they kept the experience share the same, because of the kind of broken experience share, catching something at a little bit lower level is probably not going to be that big a deal. We're not going to be using Shroomish too much until after we get access to the experience share anyway, so that's pretty much fine. It's pretty much going to be the Marsh Jump show coming or leading up to the gym. Okay, come on, give me a Shroomish, level 5, either gender is fine. Come on. And right now, though, if Mudkip dies, it's probably going to be a reset. As of right now, the first part actually just went live right before I started recording, so I don't know what you guys have voted for yet. If I do end up to game over like before the first gym, I'll probably say, okay, I'm just going to restart. That is actually another option that I might do, is just completely restart if I'm too far in a hole and I really want to continue with the no sinners, no marts thing. There's a Tailo, about bloody time. Alright, I'm just gonna catch this thing. I don't care. So let's see. How do we want to approach this? Because I do not have much HP. I kind of didn't think about that I might actually encounter a Tailo. I don't think Tailo will take Marsh Stomp out. It's probably got, what, Growl? I also don't think a Tackle will take the Tailo out. Tailo's catch rate is a little bit lower, I think, than I would like. I could just chuck balls at it, which would be nice because obviously that saves HP. Let me just double check Tailo's catch rate to see what we want to do. Tailo. It's 200, that's still pretty high. We are level 9, so I'm kind of afraid this tackle is going to do a bit too much. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. Okay, he just growls me, which is actually fine. Because that's, you know, number 1, no damage taken on me, and number 2, it's going to lessen the damage the Tailo takes. Alright, that's perfectly acceptable. So I'm going to start throwing balls now, again, because we got way too bloody many. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this thing, and hopefully it catches, hopefully we get a good nature, and does not catch, that's unfortunate. It's going to continue to growl, so if we want to use another tackle on it, we can. But we don't crit, of course, since we've kind of already wasted 1 ball on this thing. And come on, B+ down. Once, twice, thrice. Okay, now it's going to go with Tech, and so that did 3 damage. I probably could go ahead and heal, but I'm going to go ahead and throw another ball. It only did 3 damage. Even if it crits, it shouldn't kill. Unless it gets like that was a min damage and it gets a max damage crit. So we should be alright and good to go. And hopefully this ball will catch. Good, there we go. And I didn't even check to see what gender it was. Alright, we also get capture experience in this game, which is kind of nice. I think it's male. Is it male? Oh, it actually explicitly says the gender on the bottom screen. It's kind of funny. Alright, so we do get our Tailo. And it is male. So that means we're going to go with this name for it. The female name was going to be CL, which is number 1 French for sky, and number 2 Mega Man Zero reference, the main scientist girl. I'm actually going to check the spelling on this. Where's my light switch? There's my light switch. Okay. This is also a Mega Man Zero reference. It is also French, as most of the Mega Man Zero like assistant characters are, and it is actually the character who is, his name is literally French for swallow, which is of course what swallow is, and hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. I'll probably check that. It is going to be Hirondelle. So he comes with Peck Growl, which Peck's going to be the only useful thing. Thankfully he wasted 2 of his growls that are probably not going to be used by us too much. So there we go. There's our first actual party member. Does have guts. I'm pretty sure the only way we would get Scrappy is if we got one of these special ones. And we're already at 26 minutes in. But I really like to do something in this part besides just catch a Tailo. I am going to go ahead and potion up. So we have 4 Oran berries, 5 Pecha berries. So that's cool. No, not a Pokeball. We have 14 potions. Holy snot. We are going to use one on Pescado, getting back up to almost full. And I think we should be fine. Also, Hirondelle's probably going to be fat. Well, maybe. 15. Yeah, just barely, despite being 4 levels lower. Swallow is super fast and has decent attack. So hopefully we can get poison or toxic or something on him at some point and have guts be activated, since again poison does not hurt you outside of battle in this game, and also burn would be just as fine as toxic or poison. If we're not, you guys who have actually used guts Pokemon know the differences between between the two, Toxic Orb versus Flame Orb. And I'm actually going to go ahead and fight this guy now, since I believe he's just got a couple Wurmples that we can go ahead and take down. Bugcatcher Lyle. And hopefully these things get one-shotted by Peck, but I'm hoping. I also do not check the nature on Hirondelle. But we hopefully will be pecking these things away. If it doesn't one-shot, and it is the same level, and it's kind of a low base power move, okay, we're going to have to settle for a 2-shot, unfortunately. That's a little more damage than I wanted to take, but we're going to go ahead and get off the Peck anyway. We do have an Oran Berry, of course. Alright, nice. So we get a level up. That's going to give us some more HP, a little bit more defense, a little bit more attack. It's probably not going to be enough. We're going to stay in. Probably not going to be enough to do too much good stuff. But we're going to go ahead and Peck. Going to tackle. Does 5 points. So I'm going to go ahead and... I can either use a potion or an Oran Berry. I think because of the very generous potion give-outs early in the game, I think I can be a little bit wasteful and go ahead and just use the potion right here. We're kind of losing 2 HP on that potion gain, which is unfortunate. But if I use a Oran Berry, he's just going to hit me for... Well, that's a crit. He's just going to hit me for half of what the Oran Berry healed, so that's not going to be that effective in the long run. So getting the most out of the potion, I think that's probably the best option there. And we get up to level 7, so with a crit, maybe we can take out this Wurmple if Hirondelle wants to be awesome for us. Otherwise, it's going to be another 2-hit KO. We did not get any defense that level, so that's unfortunate. And yeah, crit definitely would have taken it out there. And unfortunately, these things are not going for string shot, so some considerable healing items lost on this fight as a result of not being able to one-hit KO these things with Peck. But we will be getting Wing Attack somewhat sooner than you might expect. And I guess I can't really complain. That's 3 Wurmples killed in 3 levels in exchange for basically 1 potion, because that's basically what HP he was at when we came into the fight. So, good enough. Now he's definitely going to be able to let us run from anything and everything, having 20 speed. What is the nature? Timid. Okay, so that's nice that it's speed up, but obviously that's a really poor nature to get on a Swallow. So that means probably any proteins and whatnot we're probably gonna want to send over to him to make up for the lack of that. Hopefully the attack IV is pretty high. That is one of the worst natures we actually could have gotten on him, but you know, that's part of the game. We don't exactly have the resources to be picking and choosing too much what we are going to be catching, and we're just going to make this a long part because I really want to get Shroomish in this part too. Whatever, let's just go ahead and get Shroomish in this part as well. I think what I'm going to do is just speed up button, or not speed up button. What I think I'm just going to do is simply speed up until we encounter a Shroomish, I suppose. And then if we do encounter the Shroomish, then I'll come back on microphone, I suppose. So speed up button for a little bit, not speed up button, just sped up. Alright, so I'm going to give this one a try, and see how this goes. This thing does have tackle, and that can be very bothersome. I'm somewhat unsure how well this strategy is going to be, but if we can actually get this thing poisoned and Poison Heal actually fires, that would be absolutely amazing. So there's an Absorb, that's perfectly fine. I don't mind taking one of those at all. We're going to be hoping that Poison Sting, first off, which is going to be super effective by the way, is going to be able to hit with a quick, nice poison for us. That would be fantastic if it would. That was a crit. At least that means it's not going to go down. I suppose... Stun Spore. Okay, let's start with Stun Spore now? Alright, so we're just going to keep Poison Stinging. I do feel like having a Poison Heal activated Shroomish is going to be a huge benefit in the long run. Okay, there's a poison. 50% chance, please be Poison Heal. Yes! Alright, and it's also kind of low enough that we don't have to worry about it too much. I would like to keep this thing alive if I could, just namely for death fodder, but we're going to go ahead and catch this. I know I said I was going to try to get a level 6 Shroomish, but I kind of wanted the male anyway, just because I kind of preferred the nickname I had for it a little bit better. Status, it has a 255 catch rate, so we should be good, and we are. So there's our Shroomish, and hopefully it also has a good nature, but just being poisoned with Poison Heal already, and again, poison does not hurt you outside of battle in this game at all. I believe in 4th gen, it got, you could not die from poison. You would just, once you got to 1 HP, you would instead just like remove the poison automatically. But starting in 5th, it just doesn't hurt you out of battle at all. So, name we're gonna go for with this one is. I should probably use the pin. Might be helpful because this is actually a 12 character name. It's a delightful little Wii U game that I'm probably gonna be picking up. And this one also has a held item. Hopefully it's a Pecha Berry or something. It has a tiny mushroom, that makes sense. Alright, so yeah, there you go. We got Poison Heal, and Poison Status is already on there. That's fantastic. And welcome aboard, Captain Toad. Captain Toad. A lot of this run is going to be tracking down treasures, in the form of items hidden on the ground. So I figured Captain Toad would be a very useful poke to have with us. And we do have a careful nature, which is pretty alright. Right now it's going to hurt a little bit, and this camera is slightly askew. Oh well. Right now it's going to hurt a little bit because we are going to be using special attacks until we actually get to Breloom. But having that extra special defense hopefully will help out in the long run. It's definitely better than having a timid Swallow. Combined with likes to thrash about though, so that at least means that hopefully it's either a 31 attack IV or maybe like a 26. So that might make up for the being timid. It's 30 body, so I think that's probably defense's highest. Likes to fight. I think that's like 30 attack, 30 or 25 attack, something like that. And then this one's also like to thrash about, but again, we're probably not going to be using him. So there we go. So we have our Poison Heal Shroomish that's already poisoned. That is fantastic. Let me actually make sure that I'm not going to have to eat my words. Okay, no poison damage. That's good. So we're just going to go ahead and save it here. And that's going to be it. So we didn't accomplish too much this part, but we did catch actually 3 Pokemon, including our Wurmple, which was basically just there to help us get the Shroomish activated with Poison Heal. So I'm very pleased we actually pulled that off. I was really afraid if it didn't happen on the first Shroomish that I was probably going to have to use a healing item on the Wurmple, or else waste another Pokeball on another one. So thankfully though, that's not the case. And we're going to go ahead and save our game. It's going to be the end of this part. Again, a little bit longer of a part. We do have a sped up session in there. Probably had skip annotations up, and hopefully those helped if you followed them. But either way, I'll see you guys next time for part 3, where we're going to be getting through Petalburg Woods and getting up towards Rustboro. Better days!